Welcome to Tooling with Newman. So today we're going to dig on into Knipex, and specifically we're going to talk about my top 10 Knipex hand tools. So Knipex are a fantastic tool, German made. I've been using them for a long time, and I'm going to dig in and just give you my top 10. So let's dig on into it. But before we do that, I just want to say I appreciate all the subscribers. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry I haven't posted content in a while. I've just been so busy with my Instagram, and it's taken up the majority of my time. So I haven't really made any YouTube videos, but moving forward, I'm going to try and start making a lot more YouTube. So I do appreciate you guys hanging in there. But if you do want to watch some of my Instagram content, it's tooling_with_Newman on Instagram. That's where I post all my videos. That's majority of my content is on there. But obviously, it's a lot quicker video than YouTube. On YouTube, you can go in a lot more detail because you have the time. But yeah, follow me on there. I appreciate the subscribers here. If you're new to the channel, let's dig on into it and let's talk about some tools. All right, so the first one we're going to look at are these Knipex extra large. So these guys are the 22-inch. They're the Cobras. They're pretty much the same as most of you guys, I'm sure, are familiar with Cobras, which Cobras are the best pliers there is on the market, without a doubt. That's not even like my opinion. That's not, well, it is my opinion, and I do believe they're the best, but that's honestly like facts. Like Knipex Cobras are the best pliers they make in the world, literally in the world. So they're German made. They're such good quality. They're made precision. You're never gonna get a Knipex tool that is like just not good craftsmanship. And these two are the same. So this is part number. These are 8701560. So they're 22-inch long. So these guys are big and mighty, but they're like any other Cobras. You got your push button. You just push your button in, slide it up and down. Those are all 20 different positions. As you come on to what you're about to fix, slide the bottom up. And then boom, there you go. Obviously, unless you're doing this, using this every day, this is not like the type of tool you're gonna use every day. You're obviously not gonna carry this in a tool pouch, but I'll tell you, whenever you need something like this, these are the perfect ones. They bite right onto it. You can see the bite there in the jaw. They are just fantastic. So these are my number 10. This is Knipex Cobras, 22 inches. All right, next is these little Knipex, and they call them the electronic scissors. They're 9505155. They're electronic shears, so they're just a standard pair of scissors. But if you look at your rings here, how your fingers fit in there, it's really good. You know, so this side is for your thumb, this side is for your fingers, and they just kind of slide on in there, and then you can cut so good with them. I've used them for wire stripping. I've used them for cutting little things. I use them a lot. I use them all the time. That's why I love them. They come with this little plastic pouch that has a belt clip here. And then you just lock them on it and they slide on in. A lot of times I'll hook them on my belt clip or something like that. So they're really good little electrician snippers. I think they're like 25 bucks or something like that. They're not expensive at all. So anyway, that's number 9. Okay, number 8 is here. These are the electronic, I believe they call them electronic super snips. They are part number 7861125. So they're little super snips, but these guys are like razor sharp. Mainly I use these for cutting off the end of zip ties. You know, when you cut off a zip tie, sometimes there's a little burr on it. When you cut with these, it is just, the precision is absolutely fabulous. It is a fantastic tool. I have them right on top of my tool bench. I grab them a decent amount of time. I love the comfort grips there. As you can see, the comfort grips, they go in your hand just perfect. And you know, I've stabbed myself they're so sharp, the end there, I've stabbed myself a couple of times with them. It's like a knife on top of there. So that shows you how good, and you can see how they flush cut there, so they cut just really good. So that's why these guys are number 8. All right, number 7 is, these are, it's 137208, which these guys are the forged wire strippers. And I'll tell you, you're not going to get a better pair of wire strippers than these. They're pricey, you know, they're definitely not the cheapest pair of wire strippers, but once you use these for wire stripping, you are never ever going to use another pair of wire strippers. So they have the shearing feature here, which I like that. I use that a lot too for cutting cable. Anytime I'm doing electrical work, I'm grabbing these, and I'm going to use them. I like on the end here, you've got, if you look how tight the jaws are, and on the end there, they just dig right on into things. So when you were stripping wires or anything twisting wires, you could use the end here. I like that part. It has all the sizes. It has, and it's labeled on like most wire strippers. So you have branded and you have solid. They're just an all-around perfect pair of wire strippers. You also have in here your screw shearers. So if you're, I mean, you've got the size on there too, I believe. Yeah, 632s and 832s on there. You can see your different size screws. You put them on in there, and then boom, you lock them down. And then you can shear off your screws, shorten your screw, which we all have like a screw that's too long. The locking mechanism, you just click just like this, and then they lock together. But best wire strippers around. I love them. That's why these are number 7, I think it is. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've done 4. So 7, 6. I'm on 6 now. All right, number 6. So I'm sorry, I have my daughter helping me, pass me all the tools. So she's my assistant here. So if you hear me talking, I'm talking to her. All right, number 6. So number 6 is these are the Cobalt.
These guys are part number 7101200s, and what they are is they're basically like a mini bolt cutter. As you see, they're pretty short, and they're a handheld one, but they're what they call lever action design. If you see how they handle and you follow the trace, it comes around up to there, so you have like a lot more leverage with cutting, so you can cut a lot better and a lot more harder. You know, the tips are like induction hardened, so they're super strong tips. I've cut a lot of stuff. You can see the wear and tear on my tips there. I've cut a lot of stuff with these. They're absolutely fantastic. I haven't come across anything that I can't cut yet. It has a grabber here below your handle to where you could put wire in there and pull wire. And they're just overall a very, very good tool. I was going to include a pair of dikes in here because I do love these dikes. They're great. But these Cobalt, the cutting power on these is just double of it. That's why I included these.
All right, next up, this is number 5, and these are Knipex twin grips. Now I say they're number 5, that they're pretty much like 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E. It's not like this is my fifth best Knipex tool, because these next 5, I use them all the time. They're fantastic tools. Like these twin grips are such a good design. You know, you could grab a screw from the front end here and twist it, or you can grab from the side here. It has the really good Knipex jaws there where it locks on. It has adjustment positions here. You got 3 adjustment positions with these. They came out with a 6-inch, and they also came out with a 10-inch recently. I haven't got them. I just use the 8-inch because they're perfect for me. And these are overall just a very, very good set of pliers. They're very unique. You can see the hole in the end for the screw extraction, and then if you take a look inside of here, you can see the striations on there. So you can see the different striations for different applications, whether it's straight on or long ways. So these are fabulous here, these Knipex twin grips, guys. So that's number 5. So number 4 is we have the self-gripping auto adjustment pliers, and they basically have the mouth just like the Cobras. And these are absolutely fabulous. I love these. So here's a little lock. You can lock it into place, or you can unlock it here. And what happens is when you come up to something, you come to grab it, it auto, see how it slides up like that? It auto locks onto it. So you pretty much exactly what the Cobras do. You know, with a Cobra, you open up the end, you line the head up, and then you push the button and slide this up to whatever object you're opening. With these pretty much do this for you. And they're really, really good. You know, you can come up to anything and you just quickly clamp it on without worrying about the size, and it locks on and unscrews them. They're really good. These guys are 8501 250s. These are the 8501 250s, and these are my 4th best Knipex tool. All right, number 3. Now we're getting down to the nitty and gritty. Number 3 is here, the Knipex pliers wrench. So this is one of their most famous set of pliers. They're used instead of an adjustable wrench. So all you do is you push your button here, and you can slide into all these adjustment positions. If you look on there, they do have sizes there, although I never even look at them, but they do have sizes there. They are smooth jaw, as you see there, so they're just like a crescent wrench. They're smooth. If you want something you're not marking or anything, then these work good for it. Like all Knipex, very well made, German engineer. They have the anti-pinch feature for your fingers, so whenever you lock on something, these jaws won't touch with each other because they don't want you to catch your fingers. So that's a pretty cool feature, and pretty much all Knipex have that. So that's an awesome little feature about it too. So that is my number 3. That's your pliers wrench. So number 2, I have the combinations. They are these are VDE 1000 volt insulated, all electrical work. I have these on me too. If you look at your teeth, they are razor sharp. So these are part number 0828185. 0828185, and they're called the combination pliers because they're sort of like half a needle nose / half a pliers, sort of. But I just love these as like a everyday grab. You know, I use them on a lot. They've got the snipping feature there. They have the grab here with all the Knipex teeth. And you could see inside there, you could grab a wire with them too. So they're just a really good all-purpose. I like that they're VDE. If I'm working with an electrical panel or something, it kind of saves myself. So these are just a handy little grab. So that's why these guys are number 1. So these are by far my favorite set of pliers. And I kind of have 2 sets in here because this is 2 of my favorite sets I use. And these are the Knipex Cobras. So I already showed you the 22-inch Cobra, and these are the smaller versions. These are the ones I carry. So I've got 2 here. I have the 10-inch and the 12-inch. So first off, we'll go through the 12-inch. The 12-inch is part number 8721300. See, that's 300 millimeters, which is 12 inches. So these guys were my first ever pair of Knipex. I forget how I got them. I think someone might have gave them to me on site or something like that. I got them some weird way, and I was like, oh yeah, I could do a pair of bigger channel locks, is what I thought. And I get them, and I start using them, and I'm like, oh wow. So then that got me interested into Knipex. So I started, you know, being aware of Knipex, and then before you know, I couldn't use any other set of pliers. Now I use Knipex for everything. It's like my favorite hand tool. So, but it started off with these. So these are a bit bigger than I guess you would want to carry in your pouch. I mean, you could carry it in your pouch, you know, but it is 12 inches. It's a good size. You can see that it's a pretty good size. That's why I have the 10-inch with me, because these are my everyday carry. I have the 7-inch too, and the 7 inches are cool, but sometimes they're a bit too small for your everyday things. But the 10-inch here, these are 8701250s. These guys are like my everyday carry. I've got like 4 or 5 pairs of these in the same size. I have them in pretty much every bag just because I love them so much. And the same thing as the big Cobra, you got the push button. So you line the end up, and then you push the button, and then you slide it into place. And then the gripping on these are just, there's no slipping. Like, it's not gonna slip. But once you grip onto something, it's not slipping out. Like, you're getting like a really good bite with these. They're absolutely fantastic. And someone who says they're not the best set of pliers, the only difference is they've never used them. That's the honor. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, these are the industry standard. There's many copycats out there that try and copy the Cobras, but they just had that German engineer, and people keep trying and they can't get it. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate you walking through with me my Knipex, my top 10 Knipex. So, stay tuned. I'm hoping to post a lot more videos. Hit that like, subscribe, shoot me a comment. Let me know what your favorite Knipex tool is. You know, maybe you have different ones than me. Maybe depending on your workflow, maybe you have used different ones. Who knows? But I'm always looking at Knipex. Love them. I got a lot more Knipex to go through. So stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching.
Tolo Inu.